How you doing out there? Craig here from ProCam, coming to you from the quarantine basement studio. But I have a photo project for you guys today, and something you may want to get. I want to talk to you about a couple of different things. I've had so much fun with this because I've been locked up in my house and I've got cameras. But extension tubes, we're going to start right there. I got a bunch of junk in my hands. Let me set it down, but we're going to talk about all of this. Okay, let's talk about extension tubes, what they are and what they do. Extension tubes are nothing secret, fancy. I'll set the case down. They just allow me to physically move. Here, let's turn this camera a bit so we can see. They allow me to physically move the rear element of my lens farther away from the focal plane of my camera, allowing me to focus on something closer than I could the way it's set up right now. I'm going to lose infinity focus in the process, so you're not going to put on an extension tube and go take a picture of the mountains that are 3 miles away. That doesn't work. But if you want to focus something close up, get a little closer, don't want to buy a macro lens, get a set of these. They are absolutely amazing. They're about $100. ProMaster makes them. We have them in stock. Whether you're shooting Nikon, Canon, full frame, crop sensor, I don't care. A set of these in your bag, really important. They're available for everything, but I'm going to show you how it works. They come in sets of 2 or 3 at a time. The way it's working is I can either stack, use one, use both, or use the smaller one to control how much distance I'm getting. And it's really a kind of a trial and error thing. You're going to put it on and play with it, and can I focus close enough to what I'm photographing? Now, what I've done is I just found stuff in my house to photograph, and I took pictures of it using these extension tubes. Now, these are in Sony E-mount, but like I said, they're available for everything. And I don't care if you got a crop sensor camera, a full frame camera. This will kind of turn your normal lens into a macro lens, kind of. Now, what I used in this case, this is a Sony A7 II with the 24-70 f4 lens on it. But you could do this with your Canon T5, T6 with an 1855. It really doesn't matter. Now, you need a tripod. You definitely want to be in a tripod if you start doing any of this kind of stuff. You're probably going over to manual focus. You read the specs. These things will say they should autofocus. If you're doing any macro stuff, you probably want to autofocus. As far as exposure modes, manual is probably where it's at if you know what's going on. If you don't, go to aperture priority. Set your aperture to like f11. Go on a decent tripod and see what happens. I bet you get some pretty good results. But you need a smaller aperture. This isn't the land of like f2.8 or anything like that. f11 probably a starting point. f16 probably a little bit better. Now, what's really cool is you probably want to get some lighting because you go outside. You can do this outside too. But if you're doing stuff like, I'm going to show you some photos in a minute. But I did them in my house and they're all lit. Not with big studio gear. No, 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 no. Let me show you things, my friends. This is a Litra torch. We sell them. They're not a whole lot of money. This is the handiest thing in the world. It recharges like USB, like your cell phone. Really powerful little LED light. I can mount it on things. Actually, I got a little flexi arm where I kind of clamp it to my tripod, and I can now point this wherever I want to go. I'm going to show you some photos I did like that. They're coming up. The photos are at the end, so hang in there. Sorry about the hair quarantine. I'm thinking about buzzing it off, but we'll talk about that. These little inexpensive LED panels like video guys use, these things are the bomb. I'm not going to recommend a particular brand, but at ProCam we have them by ProMaster, we have them by Godox, we have them by a bunch of other companies. But one of these really inexpensive little LED panels, now some of them you can plug them into the wall, like with a little power supply in the back. I have a battery on this one. It's really up to you. They all work really, really good, so there's not one brand I'm going to recommend. Get yourself some extension tubes, put them on your camera, put your camera on your tripod. I just cannot push the tripod thing enough. And go take some pictures of stuff in your house. Anyways, that's it for today. This is Craig from my Corona corner quarantined basement studio. I'm just going to bring you photo lessons and stuff. If there's anything in particular you want to see, hear about, send a comment, send me an email. I'll do it. I'm thinking tomorrow, maybe let's talk about the virtues between mirrorless cameras versus DSLR. They're both fantastic. Switching to mirrorless was a game changer for me. But see ya! Oh, Procam, www.procam.com. 3 stores. Detroit, Chicago, Cincinnati. We're doing curbside pickup. We're shipping every day. We have all of this stuff in stock. The extension tubes I talked about, they're by ProMaster. They're about $100 or so. Below $100. Have some fun while you're at home. Anyway, see ya. Take care. Ciao. Stay safe.